Hey everyone, and welcome along to our economic calendar and market overview for today, the 20th of October, 2020. My name is Paul Botchell. I'm the founder of Actions to Wealth, an online trading profit and head of the trading team of the trading team for them. Look, I'd like to run through economic calendar for the week ahead, but really when we do this, I think the main news that may move the markets around is not on this calendar again. It's just part of the world we live in right now. A lot of stuff's unscripted. COVID has changed a lot of stuff. Let's go through what is scripted first, then we'll have a chat about the stuff that perhaps is not scripted. I am talking Singapore time, and literally a few minutes ago we had GDP quarterly from China come out. Numbers in red here, so it missed the expectation, which was 5.5. Last time was 3.2. But the fact it's in red doesn't mean it's a negative number. It just means that it missed the expectations of 5.5%. We may well see that have a little bit of impact, particularly on the Australian dollar, even while we are talking. OPEC are having a meeting, so oil prices will be in schedule today, in focus today. Fed Chairman Powell speaking later in the evening around 8 p.m. Singapore. That's around 1 a.m. New Zealand. Eventually, President Lagarde is speaking again later on this evening. We've got monetary policy meeting minutes from Australia. I think these will be watched. All this stuff from Australia will be watched pretty carefully in view of Governor Lowe's comments last week, where he seemed to me to make a pretty clear statement that interest rates and monetary policy easing were likely as Australia looked to recover, and that the timing was coming. And we're looking for more hints in the various numbers that come out and the different things that the Reserve Bank of Australia does and the Australian government does, really. Canadian CPI month on month, look, it's the first time in maybe 20 years, but CPI right now, not a big deal. Everyone's looking for inflation. Instead of beating back inflation with a stick, everybody is praying for inflation, some signs of growth, some signs of demand. So I don't think this should be a big deal for us at all. Bank of England Governor Bailey speaks again on Thursday. We'll watch him. We're going to have to watch all the central bankers while we're talking about monetary policy and potential easing. The French come in on Friday with French flash services PMI, German flash manufacturing PMI, German flash services PMI. Look, the word flash is a little overused in these things. It's saying here's some quick details on it. What it's really telling us is it's what they call a diffusion index, and above 50 is positive and below 50 is negative. And again, with all news, it's not about the number, it's about the number versus expectation. Whatever the expectation is, the market will have priced that in. And if it comes into that number, the market will be happy. And if it comes in at a different number, that's when we'll see the market start and respond. Or if the market suggests that a number will lead to a further change in future numbers, then we'll start to see that being priced in and moves as well. I'm going to jump into the charts right now. It's still reasonably early Monday morning. Market's been open for about 5 hours at this point. Let's have a look and see how it's opened. Oh, 5 hours today. Obviously, Monday was yesterday. Gosh. Sorry, guys. Here we go. So we've talked earlier on about last Monday, the decisive bar and then the price sitting inside the range. And as a pattern, I see quite a lot. I think when I see decisive bars and no follow through, I immediately start looking for range. And here we go again. I've got this nice decisive bar to open up the day yesterday. And at the moment, I'm sitting inside it on Tuesday. And really, what I'm looking for is to take out the high. And then I believe that this is going to create momentum and a move up towards these levels. Talked about this a little bit at 12,050 a little bit recently. What I really expect at the moment is I'll watch this bar closely. If I get an inside bar down around here, then I'll expect a price to come back down to the bottom of the bar. And a little bit more time, that will just step out of a little range here and step into a little range here. And we're going to have to let these levels go to dictate terms to us. The NASDAQ as well, we saw the same thing here really. Decisive bar, this little reversal bar at the top, pulls back towards the top of the bar. This is also previous support. And we will watch this area quite closely. It's like many areas in charts, it can be a bit of a band. But look, if we sit below the level, as it's 11,741, then I would suggest that into reasonably bearish. I'd expect prices to pop up above this and give us a bit of a look. And look, I didn't talk about it in the economic calendar, but The big question at the moment in the world is, will we see stimulus from the US? The Democrats and the Republicans are typically fighting about this. It's not far from presidential election. Neither of them wants to do anything which will give the other one an edge, which includes being seen to be obstructive. That won't work for them. Or allowing stuff through which can be long-term, seems a token effort. Possibility of a large stimulus being agreed between the parties is pretty slim, I would have thought, on the situation. There is a suggestion there'll be a small stimulus packet approved and pushed through later today. If that is, I think we'll see stock markets rallying up and taking on the previous highs, perhaps towards the end of this week. And if there's not, then I think we'll be seeing stock markets pushing down. Markets right now clearly aren't completely convinced that there's going to be anything as far as stimulus coming along. Interesting in the US, I think they're talking about a minor package of $500 billion. It's like, it's the money if you ask me, but it's not over there, obviously. Look, S&P, a selling day on the third Monday of the month. Interesting day that. But watch that with a little bit of care. I take that to be quite a bearish sign again. We've got a level here, and if price gets and closes below the level, I'll be quite bearish on the S&P for now. Gold did give us a little push up during the night, and then came back and is now testing the bottom of this channel. Again, we just needed to get out. This bar here has ruled the roost in gold now for a few days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And really we're looking for a break of this bar here to really confirm some kind of direction for us. A break to the high, we'll get up to these levels here, maybe the top of the channel and monthly resistance 1, and a break to the low. We'll see us come back down and test this 100-day moving average. We've really sat between the 100-day moving average and the monthly pivot for most of this month. A little failed break up here, but not for long. So we need to be respectful of these levels and just leave gold alone. Gold has a history of doing this. It loves to range and then go. Range and then go. It loves to do it. It's done it for everyone a day, and there's plenty more back in that move up. So we'll watch it with care, and once it sit in the range, we'll let it sit in the range, and we'll look for an opportunity when it does break out for us. We're talking about dollar yen for a little while now. Again, in a reasonably long-term range. Don't get me wrong, we have seen breakouts on both sides of this, but these levels seem to be overall holding. We have had another break off the bottom here, and does look to be pushing up towards the recent highs. Oil, again, still in this gap far from back here. Gosh, that's a long way back now. That is May, and not much sign that it's going anywhere at all at this point, and we will watch it with care. For me, look, the longer it does nothing, the more I feel like it's going to do something. With OPEC meeting today, we could well see a decent move in oil. And, one of OPEC's jobs will be they'll be trying to keep the price of oil up. So maybe that does put 43.73 into target. The center around the OPEC table definitely sets back towards the buy. Well, when I say definitely, it's Forex trading. Most probably see us back towards the bottom of the market around 37.13. Euro, again, tested the bottom of this channel and then bounced back into it. We really would like to see a break of these channels, but boy, a lot of business staying inside channels as we count down to this US election, these final Brexit negotiations. We throw in some OPEC negotiations, stimulus stuff in the US, which looks questionable. There's a lot of stuff in the market, which is reasons just to sit and watch. And right now you have the feeling that the big boys are just sitting and watching. If you have any currencies you'd like me to talk about, don't forget to put them in the box and I will do my very best to talk about them. Here comes the Aussie heading down to recent lows as well. I'll have a quick look and see if anyone has posted anything in here and asked me to have a look at anything. Just on YouTube. Looks to me like nothing on YouTube. And on the social media, can't see any questions or comments. So presume that we're okay. Everybody have a good trading, have a really good trading day, and we will be back and talk to you guys around this time tomorrow. Cheers, everybody. Have a good day. And remember, stay calm and make good decisions. If you do that, trading will work out for most people over a period of time. See you guys. Take care.